Welcome to Time Analytics, an advanced solution for easy tracking and increasing work productivity, activity efficiency, and profitability of projects and clients. After the initial login, the basic panel with the key parameters is displayed. It includes total number of hours in the current month and indicator of decrease or increase compared to the same period of the previous month. Total number of hours to be invoiced to customers, or billable hours per month. An indicator of decrease or increase compared to the same period of the previous month. Time utilization rate as a share of billable hours in total hours and changed in that rate compared to the same period of the previous month. Profitability can also be tracked in customized versions of Time Analytics. The graphic presentation provides an overview of the movement of the basic categories by month for the previous 13 months. Data entry by employees. The entry form is adapted to the requirement that the engagement of employees is minimal. It takes about 5 minutes on average for a daily entry. Data are recorded by employee through a very simple selection of important categories. Date when the activity was done, number of hours or minutes, selection of client, activity, project or service line, with an indication of whether the work is billable or not. There is an option for employee to further describe the activity if necessary. Also, there is an option to enter the amount of the hourly rate that is invoiced to the client. Timesheets. Timesheets are automatically generated after entry. Timesheets can be displayed for the desired day or period, showing a general overview of the work done, who is engaged in which activity, on which project, how much time he spends. By exporting the data to Excel, various analyses, invoicing data, individual timesheets, and other reports can be made. What do partners, managers, and executives get? Time Analytics enables advanced analytics for insight into the functioning of the company and decision-making. Employee analysis shows data on total hours spent by the employee at work, then how many of total hours are billable and how many are not, what is the utilization of labor, how much the employee costs for the observed period, and what is the average cost per hour. Below the overview is a graphic presentation by basic categories in order to gain a clearer insight into the general engagement of the employee. It is possible to get detailed information for all employees according to clients, activities performed by the employee, and projects or service line he was engaged. Based on these data, it is possible to minimize the unproductive behavior of employee, and at the same time they are a good basis for evaluating the work of employee, redefining working conditions, salaries, and bonuses. Client analysis for the desired period shows data on total hours spent for a particular client, how many of total hours are billable and how many are not, what is the utilization of labor, how much the engagement costs to the client, and what is the average cost per hour. The cost of the engagement for the client is calculated on the basis of the previously set cost of employee salaries and other indirect expenses, and is the basis for assessing the client's profitability. Data on labor utilization provides insight into how much the estimated working time is charged to clients and how much is covered from internal resources, and is the basis for calculating the real hourly rate that is invoiced. For all clients, it is possible to see details according to employees, activities assigned to the client, and projects or service lines. All these data can be exported to Excel to make an accurate invoice to customers. The activity analysis for desired period shows data on total hours spent for a specific activity, how many of total hours are billable and how many are not, what is the utilization of labor, how much it costs to perform all activities individually, and what is the average cost per hour. Such data are the basis for redefining the organization of work, stopping inefficient and unproductive activities, as well as for considering the assessment of outsourcing of certain activities. For all activities, it is possible to see details according to which activity was done for which client, which employee performed the activity in the observed period, and for which project or service line. Project or service line analysis shows data on total hours spent within the set project or service line, how many of total hours are billable and how many are not, what is the utilization of labor, how much the project cost, and what is the average cost per hour. Cost data provide insight into the profitability of the project or service line, which is the basis for redefining the business and pricing policy. For all projects or service line, it is possible to see details according to clients, employees who were engaged in the project, and activities. Initial settings. Before starting, the initial settings are made in the Setup section. All standard activities that are performed are entered and will be the subject to selection by employees when entering daily activities. Then, data on employees are entered: name, surname, position, and hourly rate. Hourly rate is the price of an employee per hour, which is obtained by dividing the monthly salary of the employee by the usual number of hours that the employee spends at work. Also, it is possible to include other costs in the price, such as the price of renting the space, and similar. Then clients are entered, and finally projects or service lines. Thank you for watching.